How's it going, James? Goodness.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
A little freaked out. It's kind of weird to look at myself in that other window and see like a 9 second delay. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But other than that, doing okay. How are you doing?
A little stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a bug run through the house starting on the 4th, and it's just taking everything.
Oh. Do you know what it was? Just
We know it's viral. Teledoc doesn't think that it's COVID because it doesn't match the symptoms.
okay.
So we just picked up some other funky bit of fun.
Just something else that's out there.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, 2020.
As if we weren't having enough fun.
Right. Right. Well, I'm glad to hear that things are starting to, or it sounds like things are starting to get back to normal a bit. There's that Tyler guy.
It's storming outside.
Is it?
There's no going outside. It's near Golden.
Hey.
How's it going, Will?
Hey, Will.
Hey.
Anybody else look at the link that James put in there?
I have
Yeah,
not.
the YouTube live link.
Yeah. It was kind of freaking me out because there's like a 9 second delay, and I was like, wait, I'm not even moving, but I'm moving. That's weird. So. How's it going, Matt? Weird. So.
Oh, this is weird.
Mm-hmm. How's it going, Matt? Weird. Yeah.
But on the upside, we are live. So
Sweet. So everybody on their best behavior, right?
yeah, this is all being recorded.
Sweet. Awesome. So we don't need notes. Or, well, we do, but let's see. What's that, Taylor?
I have to stop looking at the stream while listening to you guys live.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll mess you up for sure.
Don't you know, Tyler, you never look at the stream.
And you're not really even supposed to look at yourself, right? I mean, that's why like Google Meet has you in the corner, super small, so you're not looking at yourself.
Minimized.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we expecting anybody else? I think it's just us. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Robin, perhaps.
No, she's upstairs laying down.
Oh, well, I hope she feels better. So she sent. I guess we can go ahead and get started, right? She sent last Thursday a catalog through Slack for all of the different swag that we have options for. Did anybody, get a chance to take a look at that? I know I kind of looked briefly and, was kind of thumbing through those again, but anybody else have a chance to look through that or have any ideas or comments on those?
I'm looking through them right now.
Sweet.
I haven't had the chance to yet.
Okay.
But
well, I think. Go ahead.
I do see the masks, though. I kind of almost like the bandana or the gaiters more.
Yeah, those are definitely interesting because those are the ones that had the note that says does not meet N95 mask standards. No guarantee item will protect the user from any illness. But I mean, is there any guarantee on any of the masks, right? But I think we can take a look through those and come back with a few options, possibly later this week if you uh, take time, look through them, and say, hey, I like this this option and this option or whatever. That way we can start getting that, Tyler, to your point, start getting that underway. And then let's see, I was trying to see, I don't even know where my Slack window is now. What other things we were talking about? No extra charge or no change in the cost for shirts, which is great. So I think we can go ahead and just move forward with getting some of those ordered. I don't know, counts on sizes, but
Yeah, I have that in Eventbrite.
okay. And then are we thinking of opening that up for donations as well to allow other people to pick up a shirt or other swag for donations?
So, how are we going to handle that? Like last meeting, we talked about opening up Eventbrite. Like the streaming will be free, but they could purchase if they want swag. So, are we going to like figure out what we want to bundle together, figure out a price point, put that on Eventbrite, or is it going to be a donation for swag?
I think taxes wise, it's easier for donation. But I mean, I don't know if that means that we would have to offer everybody swag so that we're not, so nobody comes back and says, oh, well, I had to pay for, this swag. I don't know what the legal stuff is behind that.
I guess I'll search for some of that, but like if we do want to just put it up for purchase, we can figure out just what we want to include this next week, and then Robin can send those in so we can get price points and then decide from there. But I would suggest like we decide what we want to do on Eventbrite before we announce anything about swag. Like on Eventbrite, do we want to send out that mass communication where we open up Eventbrite so people can request for refunds if they want to, especially around parking? Open up Eventbrite for purchasing or donating for swag, and also to the point we were just talking about on Slack, do we want to open up for donations to like get on Discord or something? Because like the streams will be free, but like maybe after that stream, the speakers are on Discord and you can chat with them. And I don't know, maybe we open up Discord for free too, but it'd be great to try and make something off that so we're better prepared next year. We're not better prepared, but have funding for next year.
Right. My quick thought on the Discord is, as I think it would be fine to charge a couple bucks if somebody wants to get into like the speaker room to ask questions and stuff like that. But I think like the general overall should be free, since we're trying to build out that community as well.
That's true. That makes sense, actually. What does everyone else think about that? Like, open up general channels to everyone, but like the voice, there's speaker channels that are locked or something. Or should we just open it all up at that point?
I mean, I'm not sure anybody's gonna wants to pay for like the privilege to be in the speaker channel, right? I don't know.
Well, like, it's not just like a hangout, right? But like the this the speaker's presentation just streamed. You can hop in this channel and ask them questions, or post discussion type stuff. But I mean, you're right. Like, I don't know who would actually want to pay for that either. But even if someone donated $1, they could get in. But
Yeah.
really, is it worthwhile at that point?
So here's my thinking on it, is that for the $10 or whatever donation we give them access to Discord and the streams, and recordings if we make them live afterwards, or however we want to handle that, a digital package or whatever. But I would leave swag off the table for the people who actually registered for the conference. My thoughts.
So then, at what point do people get swag?
When they register and purchase it. Is that what you're saying, James?
So I'm saying the 150 people that we had that stepped up and said, yes, I want to do this in person, we still want to reward them for being the first people into that boat, even if we open it up to everybody. And so I would say either keep the swag limited for that group, or figure out some way to give them differentiated swag to say that they were the ones who were going to step out and do this from the beginning.
And those people paid as well, right? So even if we open up refunds and they request a refund, would we still do that for them?
So if they request a refund, I don't know how to handle that. The parking's easy enough for us to refund once we got the funds in the account. But I mean, effectively at this point, we're messing with the entire structure of that process. And maybe it makes sense for me to hand that off to somebody. Probably you, Tyler, since you're in charge of the money. But I'll go ahead and hand off that account to you. And, however we want to structure it, however we want to handle it, it'll be smooth that way.
Okay. Yeah, I can take a look and see if I can just automatically refund any parking stuff and get that off of our plate, because it's not in person. And then for the people, like, we already asked, or people already asked for refunds, right? Or what's the history there? Did we already give some refunds?
We have already given several refunds. 10, I think.
So we've already sent the message out there. If you want a refund, you can ask for it. Otherwise, if you want us to keep it, we will. That's already been put out there.
Yep.
Okay. All right, then.
To that point, I don't think we have announced outside of this group that we're going to make it available to anybody other than the people who initially signed up.
All right, that makes sense with the swag. Then we can figure out what we want to include in swag, create the price points there. We can announce that with BSidesBoulder being streamed, the people that have registered and paid money will get swag items, access to the streams and the Discord. But and then we can use that data right now to purchase all of that. But do we want to also give the option for new people to sign up and buy swag?
Well, if we do give up or give that option, we certainly need a cutoff date so that we can get everything ordered properly.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, we already have 100 plus that we could order swag for, right? So maybe we do just cut that off and say, you know, thank you for your donation. I'm sorry it's not in person, but we will be sending you the swag, access to the streams in Discord. In addition, anyone else who wants to attend BSidesBoulder, here's a sign up for the streams and Discord. And if you would like to donate to BSidesBoulder for this access, here's a link to do so. Would that make sense?
Something that we do have additionally with the streams is currently the stream that we're all looking at is set to public. It also has the option to go unlisted so that it doesn't show up on our website, but if they have a URL, they can get there just as an option.
There's no way to limit that though, right? So like if somebody, you know, hands out that URL, it's like out there, right?
Yeah.
All right. Not that I'm super concerned about that, but
yeah, that would be what we call in the industry a dick move.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it worth considering just refunding everyone who already paid for a ticket? Because I'm like a little concerned that, you know, like especially once we announce that it's going to be open to everyone, that, you know, we're kind of screwing over the people who were there for us in the first place, right?
That's where the swag comes in, right? So if they signed up and have donated that money,
Yeah, but they didn't like sign up to buy swag, right? They signed up for an in-person conference that was presumably also going to be exclusive to them.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know, like.
I mean,
And
I think if we give them that option, right, more people will allow us to just, you know, keep that as a donation. I know that in the past, you know, besides Denver has requested donations or whatever, and didn't matter if you paid or not, you got in or whatever. And I, you know, was more than happy to, you know, throw down 25 or whatever it was, dollars for, you know, for the organization. So I think before we, you know, set and try and just refund everybody, you know, if we are refunding, that we should give that option that, you know, hey, you have the option to just leave that as a donation. And that way I don't think they'll feel screwed by that, you know, given that option.
Yeah, but I guess my only concern is that like can we make them like opt in to keeping the money as a donation, and then like say, all right, if we haven't heard from you by this point, we're just gonna refund you, or because it seems like kind of making it something where they have to explicitly opt out is kind of I don't know. Slimy isn't the correct word, but like if I was a person who bought a ticket and that was the process I had to go through, I might be like a little annoyed. I don't know.
I understand what you're getting at, Will. But at this point, we sent them 3 different messages telling them that they can get a refund to the same email that they had to use to register with the thing. or register with Eventbrite. So I'm a little less concerned about that. That's what makes me a little bit less, is because at this point, they've either resigned themselves to the fact that it's going to be a completely virtual environment, or they've requested a refund, or they've just walked away from it.
Out of curiosity, what's the for processing the refund? What's our, how much does that cost?
So up until this point, because all of the items have been COVID related, because we had to reschedule because of COVID, there was no cost associated with that. I believe at this point, anything that we refund, we lose the Eventbrite cost.
Do you remember how much that was?
It's like $2 or $3 a person.
Okay. So potentially, $300. Well, just under $300 if every single person wanted to refund.
Yeah, I see Will's point too, and James's. I think I'm kind of in the boat where we've already announced that BSidesBoulder will be totally online on a given date. So now, what we can do is send out a communication to everyone that was registered on Eventbrite that thanks for being patient with us. If you didn't see it here, BSidesBoulder will be at this time. We've sent out previous communications about how to request a refund, or if you want to donate your money. If you feel strongly about a refund, please contact us here. Otherwise, we would like to send you swag for BSidesBoulder virtual or whatever, which will include XYZ whenever we pick that up. So we've given them tons of options. We're giving them a fourth option to get a refund if they really want it. Otherwise, we use the information that people registered with to send them swag and access information for BSidesBoulder. I think that cuts down on the slime factor, and that we are the option for refund is still open. Just get back to us. Otherwise, we're going to be using this money to send you some cool swag and keep the community going. Any strong thoughts on that?
I lead this back to about, at this point, we've refunded about 7% of the people who signed up. The fact that we've gone that far, like if we had nobody who was responding, I would feel differently about it. But at this point, the people who have withdrawn have done so, and kind of unabashedly. So I think at this point, everybody accepts that the $20 donation that they were making, or $20 ticket price that they were paying, is for a virtual conference, because we're going to try and host the same conference that we were hosting before. The real question in my mind from this point is how we handle that relationship with the relationship of anybody who joins after this point.
That's true. I guess that's a good reason for cutting off the swag only for those who have already registered, so that if anyone else joins, yeah, they have access to the streams and Discord, but it's too late in the process to really get in on the swag.
I mean, or one thing we could do, and this would also help us figure out, exactly what swag we want to get, is we could send out like a Google Forms or some survey or sign, which is basically just saying, hey, if you're interested, here are the swag options that you can get. We list out like 3 or 4 options for like swag that they can get for the money that they gave us, and say, if you're still interested in keeping your donation with us, select one of these options and we'll send the swag to you. Otherwise, to be honest, I don't trust that people like read those emails and really like fully like went through the thought process of figuring out whether or not they want a refund. And I also think like the new information about the fact that the conference is going to be open to everyone might also kind of change change that thought process for them. So I mean potentially what we could do, right, is we could say, hey, if you want this swag, select this option. If you just want to keep it as a donation, we'll have like an option for that. And then if we don't hear from them, then we can then maybe assume that we should just give them a refund automatically. I mean, I don't know. That seems to solve both problems, at least in my mind. But I'm open to your opinions.
Well, I mean, unless you want to build a Google form, we could also handle this in Slack. We could blast out a message to everyone that registered and say, hey, we're voting on swag in Slack tonight. We come up with like, we know for sure we want a shirt, but hey, how do you vote between a mask and a mug or something, and see if anyone has strong opinions. But I mean, I don't want to build a whole Google Forms campaign. I don't know. It's hard to manage that.
I think the swag and the refunds are excuse me, kind of separate items, right? I think we can choose the choose the swag and send it out, or I guess we can have a couple options in in the BSidesBoulder channel. I just hadn't thought of that part, so let me.
I'm pretty sure the BSidesBoulder channel, like the people in this meeting right now take up like 50% of that channel, don't they? Oh no, actually there are a lot of people on that channel.
There are 54 people in that channel. It's just very quiet.
Yeah. I don't know.
And we got a total of four votes for when the August event happens.
Nice. Yeah,
three of them being the 15th, and then one of them being the 22nd.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much interaction we'd actually get off of any sort of campaign like that. If we've seen that already. And I'm open to being like as fair as possible if people want refunds. So I see that from James' perspective too, where we blasted out emails 3 times. If they aren't looking, that's not really on us. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that their donation is worthwhile to them. But we also aren't. We're also trying to build something in the community that will be useful to everyone, including them. And if they can request a refund up until the day we're streaming, for all I care. But does it really make us, or is it really a bad perception if we don't automatically refund all that when we've done everything we possibly can to give them the option to do that themselves?
Yep, I think it's fine that we, perhaps along with the next message, say, still have the opportunity to request a refund. Other than that, we just keep it, keep it and send out swag and send out, thank you, thanks for your donation. Here's some swag. So
I guess the way I see it is like I don't I don't know, right? Ultimately, whether or not people are going to feel like they've been screwed over by this. I feel like at least a few people are going to get the impression, even if we are offering them the ability to get a refund, right? They're going to have the impression that we're kind of just like clinging on to the money that we got, and I don't know. I guess the option where we just refund everybody, like the cost of that seems low enough that I don't know if we're really taking a big risk by just doing that off the bat. The other thing is we're probably not going to have an in-person conference at this point until 2022, so we're not going to really have many like large conference expenses for a while anyways. So even if we don't have like a massive war chest for BSidesBoulder right now, it doesn't really matter for a while still. So I guess from that perspective, I would advocate erring on the side of caution. But I do see like both sides of this for sure.
So if we take a look at costs, right? Sure, it doesn't cost it costs less than $300 to refund, but all including all the refunds, we're now talking about like $2,800 because we're refunding that however much it was that people actually paid. So the cost is actually a little bit more to us to for the purpose of being run or running the conference. I guess just throwing that out there for clarity on dollars.
All right, but now like we're already assuming, right, that all the people who we're already making the assumption that the people who haven't requested a refund would buy a ticket anyways. So like the cost isn't. So if we're going to say the cost is $2,800, then that implies that those people would have requested a refund anyways, right? In which case, I feel like again we're kind of getting to the point where we're risking. I mean, presumably, if we offer it now as like we say, okay, hey, we're going to refund all of you guys, but hey, you'll have the option to buy swag or just straight up donate if you want. I feel like the assumption that's being made right now is that presumably if everybody who requested a refund or who wanted a refund has already requested a refund, like it seems like presumably then all those people who are refunding are going to buy back in anyways. In which case, great. But if that assumption is incorrect, then all right, like this is totally getting off on like a random rant.
Yeah, no. So yeah,
right.
I wasn't really considering that second option that you were talking about. Just refunding and then allowing them to buy back in. I mean, it does seem like a lot of work for them to have to go and buy in. I guess giving the option.
I kind of agree too. Like, why automatically refund everyone and let them rebuy back in when we can just send another notifier? If you really want a refund, we will refund you up until the day of the actual conference.
And if we even go one step further, right? If we get somebody that's like, dude, this was shit. You guys are slime. I should have gotten a refund or whatever. I'm happy to give them a refund. I'm happy to give them, a couple extra bucks at that point. But I don't think that I think it's be more work to refund everybody and then have them rebuy back in, or have to opt in to stay in, because I think that'll create more confusion. Considering, especially kind of like what you were saying, Tyler, we've already given them 3 messages that say you kind of have to opt out at this point. You have to do actions to get your money back. Now you're requiring people to do an action so that we keep their money. So it's kind of confusing, I think, if we do it in that manner.
I wonder what the costs will actually be too. If there's a cost to Eventbrite for refunding at this point, there's fees associated with that, so we'll lose maybe $300, and then we open up registrations again. What the fees will be associated for that, and then also
I don't know those.
time spent managing that. What's worthwhile and what isn't. When if there was a Twitter war because BSidesBoulder is scamming people, yeah, I absolutely want to avoid that. But what can we do to just put the information out there up front that we will give you a refund up to this point, and if you really still hate the conference or whatever, we will still refund your money, and you can keep the swag, whatever that we send you.
Money back guarantee.
So the thing about it is, if we refund everybody and then go back and have them resubscribe, we were going to pay the Eventbrite on both sides of that.
I mean, the other option, right, is that we don't go through Eventbrite for the second round, right? Like if we're talking about buying swag, right? So like the second time around, right? The only reason that they'd be donating to us is for buying swag. I don't know if we need to go through Eventbrite for that. I mean, I don't know. Look. I think either way, I've said my thoughts now on, I do think it's a safer option. I would rather go with the safer option, but whatever you guys think is best.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can certainly consider it, and I know generally I like to sit back and think about those things for a little bit, but see if we have any other thoughts, or anybody else chimes in on those.
I want to put this on. I'm going to put this on the. I think these are good thoughts that I might put on the BSidesBoulder Slack right now. What does the community think? Would you rather receive a refund, or are you open to letting us use this for swag? Like, I mean, if we're trying to be an open community, we're having this discussion in here right now. It's live streaming. I may as well put it in there and see if other people have thoughts, right?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
okay.
I like that idea.
Cool. I mean, let's chew on this. I say we chew on this until the next meeting. We also need to choose swag between now and the next meeting. I mean, I'm always down for shirts. We should definitely have a branded shirt in there.
Yep.
I love the buff, even though it's not safe at all. But it was pretty cool. But I generally don't like pins and cups, so maybe there's some cooler stuff in there.
Do you have enough mugs? Is that what you're saying?
I think I do have enough mugs.
How
Yeah.
can you have enough mugs, man? They're just coffee.
I only need one mug.
All right. Well, let's see. Other things on my list. I did again reach out to Denver. They are still planning on having theirs in September. So that's good that they're still continuing forward with theirs. Theirs is going to also be online. So, it'll be interesting to see, some of the talks that they have, and I will be, absolutely jumping in on those and seeing, hanging out on those on that conference. So, anything else that we got?
Since we all enjoy talking about money so much, have we heard any more from our sponsors?
We have. So let's see. I sent out some emails today. Haven't gotten. I did get one email back from Kaspersky, and they are in for $1,000. So we need to send them the PO paperwork to get that started, and I need to please send over paperwork to start PO process, and I need to figure out what that means, along with other people's help, because we, up to this point haven't had to send out a paperwork other than the sponsorship agreement and get it checked. So.
But nothing from. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, but nothing from our buddy Randall. He said in his last email that he was pretty sure they were not going to be, sans. They were not going to be able to donate financially, but he did think that he could still offer the net wars continuous or whatever. So we can still do some sort of figuring out how to raffle that off as incentive. And then nothing from partners group as of yet. And I think that was the only other one. So. Anything else?
All good. I'm just trying to figure out how to word this in Slack, but nothing else from me.
Come on, Tyler, wordsmithery.
Yeah.
You got this.
So, go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything else. So
I was just going to give a quick update. As soon as I find a little bit of bandwidth to do the speakers and sessions, I was going to go ahead and flip the site. So if you haven't taken a look and given me your thoughts, opinions, or just send me a virtual middle finger, now's the time to do it.
is that on Dev or what is it?
That's on Dev. So
Okay.
dev.bsidesboulder.org.
I'll check it out for sure.
Time till B-sides. What time of day is it? Did we decide that?
Say again?
What time of day is B-sides? Did we decide that? Is that still at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whatever?
It was still based off our 9 o'clock.
Okay. I just saw the 79 days, 13 hours, and whatever 16 minutes, and I was like, I can't do that math that quick.
Actually, I think I may have done it to 8 since I did this after I knew that we were going to start or do that, so that I went ahead and set it when the stream would start.
So we have 6 speakers up there, right? Or am I?
Yes,
missing
we have
others?
6 speakers. Because I haven't had a chance to go through and update the stuff
Okay,
that Matt
cool.
sent me. That's what I got to do.
Gotcha.
It's that in the sessions. Once those 2 are up, then we're good to go.
Perfect. Great. I like the look. Looks fancy.
See, I actually can design a website.
Look at you, James.
I will never ever again start off with a bad product in the hope that we get something better. This is taking way too long.
Lessons learned. Spend a little time up front. Funny. Let's see. Anything else? Cool. Trying to think. I thought I had something else, but I don't. So, Tyler, you're sending out a message regarding refunds or swag? Refunds, right?
I'm just gauging the community on what they feel about, for those still
Right.
registered.
Yeah.
Gauging whether or not people think it should just be fully refunded, or using it for swag / donation to the community.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then we should all take a look at the swag catalog and chime in with thoughts and votes and what we would like to see and what we would like to send out. If we can do that, I guess I would say by next meeting, but now we're starting to get a little bit closer and closer to the time. So if we can do that by next Friday, I think that would be ideal. Thoughts on that? Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for making time tonight. I know, James, your house has been not the best shape, but I hope Robin starts feeling better soon. And I'm glad that you're upright and you look like you're feeling better. So with that, if there's nothing else, you guys have a good night.
Take it easy.
See ya.
Talk to you later.